Good morning. This is Shirley the
The
Herb
next
Lady.
one I've got is red clover. Red clover, this is a real short one. It's only a couple of pages, but I have used red clover since the beginning. And we had a doctor that I listened to while I was a new herbalist, and he had taken a chicken heart and put it in water with a little bit of just water and kept the chicken heart alive for 7 or 8 days. Well, he had his assistant come in because he was going to be gone, and he had his assistant come in, and he forgot to change it one day, and the heart died. And that proved to him that if we don't clean our body and keep it clean, what happens is that's how we die. We kill ourselves from putting junk in our body. And red clover, it says, the bloodstream is the river of life in your body. It works perfectly if you carry good food in, and it's the whole food, and carry the waste out. And you remember with that chicken heart, they didn't carry the waste out just one day, and it died. And he had kept it alive for over 7 days. The mouths of the veins is over the veins is over 60,000 miles of veins and arteries, and that's a lot, and it must be taken care of. The tissues and the cells have to be kept alive, and first of all, it's from proper eating. Eating sugar, starches, which converts into sugar in the body. The blood vessels in the body becomes lined with toxins so bad that they corrode, and like line pipes in the plumbing of the system of the house. Only a small amount can get through for the blood flow. Hardening of the arteries is one of our foremost killers today, and it's from eating sugar. If you keep away from sugar or anything that turns into sugar, you will not get hardening of the arteries. The sugar and the starches leaches out the calcium from the body, so the tissues become so weak they break, and that's when you got trouble. You don't want your veins to break. Blood cleansing, one of the best is red clover. Our toxin condition with poorly functioned bowels. You first always, yesterday I had a run of bowel cleansers. I think I sold 4 or 5 boxes, but they came in and they had been, one lady had came in and then she was bringing other people. She said she feels so good cleaning her bowels out, and she was pointing up above me, my bowel cleansers, and they said, you got to get this, and she bought 2 more to herself. So, but cleaning your bowels out, a guy wrote a book, The Second Brain is your bowels. Your bowels run, in fact, your bowels run more of your body than your brain does, and people don't know that. But if you don't clean your bowels out, you get boils, you get acne, and what you do is red clover should be used 3 times a day for 6 days for 6 weeks, and you can switch the blood purifier to after 4 weeks. You can switch it to burdock, and then switch back to red clover. But red clover is the most powerful blood purifier as a tea or a capsule. It stimulates the liver and the gallbladder. A case of acne for 6 weeks of 3 cups of red clover or capsules, and then 2 weeks of burdock will bring great results. Your acne will go away if you do that and eat correctly towards your blood type. In China, they use dried red clove buds in the pillows to relax peaceful sleep. Native American tribes, they use red clover to goggle sore throats, whooping cough, and asthma. I had the whooping cough for 6 weeks, couldn't eat anything. You would vomit everything up and cough yourself silly. And I wish I knew about that, but Mom didn't do it. Red clover is not native to the United States. They brought it in from Europe, and that's where we got it. My whole front yard has got red clover in it, and I put no fertilizer or nothing, because at first when the dandelions come up, I have hundreds of dandelions, and then when they die off, then I got thousands of red clover. And one of the best things for red clover is it tastes good. Red clover is specifically for skin disease, for bronchitis, and it helps with croup, for colds, bad coughs, hoarseness, pertaining to your lungs, windpipe. You can treat a spasm of asthma with red clover. Cloth says internally it contains the strong tea. Take it 3 times a day on an empty stomach. For throat cancer, gargle it for several days and take it internally. For cancer of the female organs, take the tea as a drink and douche with the strong tea, retaining as 5 to 6 times a day. Red clover is quite an herb. It also soothes the nerves and promotes a better digestion system in sickly children. It is a good maintenance for the infection and good for people who have hepatitis and mono. And it strengthens the nerves. In China, the herb is prescribed for gas, colds, muscle problems, rheumatoid arthritis, and polyps. Red clover contains goodly amounts of calcium and potassium and high amounts of vitamin A and D and B12 and E. In China, the plant is used for making pillows and mattresses and also in cosmetics. The historical use is blood cleanser for cancer, for boils, acne, for RH problems, for liver, for gallbladder, all trouble with the lungs, the windpipe, for mouth ulcers, for nervous system, for infection, for hepatitis, for gas, for rheumatoid arthritis, nose polyps. It's just remember, red clover really helps. And when I first started, this one herbalist I sat under, he said that they had this old horse next door to him. They put out to pasture because they had cancer in the mouth, and they just said it was going to die. Well, they put it out to pasture, and it was red clover, and he was eating red clover, and his cancer went away. I remember that testimony. And then the other testimony was, I had a lady that came in here, and I sell it by the pound, red clover, and she says, and I also sell it by tablets. And anyway, she came in for her horse. It has a whole bunch of sores in its mouth, and I told her red clover, and she said, well, I said, you got to make a tea, but how would you get it down the horse? And she said, that's easy. She said, I taught it a trick. She said he has his own cup, and she would pour the tea in there, and he would lift it up and drink it out of there. And I thought that was so cute about her horse drinking a cup of tea. And I said, you're going to have to put like 4 or 5 cups. She said, he'll do it. And so it must have happened because she never came back. And so most time they come back if it doesn't work and get something else. But the big bag that I gave her probably had 100 or 200 cups of tea in it. So she was excited. But if you have trouble, red clover is your answer to get clear, to get cleaned out. But first clean your bowels out or you will have trouble. Have a great day.